So now we will again begin with our class 12 students. So first participant of our class 12 is Divyanshi Mishra. Divyanshi, are you ready? Divyanshi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beta.
Uh,
Yes, you can start now, Divyanshi.
okay, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dimranshi and I'm from class 12 A. So I'm here to present my project that is Tesla coil. As we all know, in today's world, where we need electricity in every sort of thing. We can't live without electricity. So Nikola Tesla in 1891 invented a wireless form of electricity in which we don't need wire for the passing of electricity. So there is a coil. I wanna, so there was a copper coil for the conduction of electricity, and there is a secondary coil and a primary coil. There is a transistor here, this transistor, and a resistor. So it helps to provide, it helps to convert high voltage electricity into low current, so which cannot be performed in a transformer way. So as we all know, Tesla become a very huge thing in today's world. Like, we have now seen very different types of cars and um bulbs. There are many uses of Tesla. There are famous cars like Tesla cars, which do not use the which do not need petrol or any other thing to run. So it all runs on only electricity, and and that electricity in a wireless form. We don't need wires for the conduction of electricity. So in this, there there is a primary coil and there is a secondary coil. Primary coil conducts electricity from high voltage source and turns into secondary coil, which is rounded off, and then it will connect to the iron ball. The iron ball will ionize the air around it and helps in the conduction of electricity. So it is a small form, like I want to show you. Since we on the power supply, and when we bring a bulb near it, it will start glowing. As you can see, the bulb starts glowing. This shows that there is conduction of electricity. Thank you, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What is the principle of this Tesla coil?
So it works on the principle of electromagnetic induction, basically. Means high voltage
Electromagnetic
frequency.
induction.
Yes, sir.
What is electromagnetic induction?
Electromagnetic induction is the change of electric field with a change in the electric potential from one means there is a low voltage to a high voltage without the use of.
But you said that there are two coils, primary coil and secondary coil, correct?
Yes, sir.
But between primary and secondary coil, there is a mutual induction.
Yes, sir.
So there is a mutual induction or electromagnetic induction.
So it works on both the, since it is electromagnetic induction, then there will be mutual induction in between these coils, and the change in the electropotential will carry the charges to the copper coil, and it will form and it will ionize the air around it.
Okay, you said that today Tesla car is also there. You
Yes,
said
sir.
that. So is there any use of your this project Tesla coil in Tesla car?
So
Any idea?
Tesla coil is a small form to just represent that electric field, electricity can be formed in different, can be formed in wireless forms also. In Tesla cars also there is a type of circuit in which they don't electricity. We have known that electricity cars are there, but in that they don't need any wireless. That's why.
Okay.
Any other question? Okay.
पूछो.
Thank you, Divyanshi.
Thank you, ma'am.
And now coming to our next participant. Now moving on to our next participant, Gauravi Gupta. Gauravi, are you ready? Gauravi,
Good morning, ma'am. Yes,
good
ma'am.
morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible and visible?
Yes, better. You
Can
can
I
start
start?
now.
Good
Yes,
morning,
better.
my name is Gauri Gupta. I study in class 12A and my project name is Transformer. So, what is Transformer here? It is a static electrical device which can change current and voltage of an AC supply without changing their frequency. So, it is of two types: step up transformers and step down transformers. Step up transformer is used to increase the voltage, and we can see it during the transmission from power station to our substation, and another one is step down transformer. Step down transformer is used to decrease the voltage, and we can see it from the transmission from substation to our homes, factories, etc. Here also I have shown the step down transformer circuit. Here is the step down transformer which convert 220 voltage to 12 voltage, and a diode is connected here with which convert AC into DC, and a resistance and a LED and a switch. When I connected to power supply and switch on, the LED glows. So here how it is step down transformer works. It transforms low voltage from a high voltage. So what is the principle behind this? Principle is Faraday law of mutual induction. And what is construction? Here a transformer consists of three main parts: soft iron core, which is that black part, and copper winding. That is copper winding is also two types: primary and secondary. And the working part is changing current in primary creates changing flux linked to uh, flux linked to secondary binding keeps on changing and creates a magnetic creates a EMF, induced EMF. So this means if I connect the suppose it is primary and secondary, when I connect the AC source to primary, the magnetic the alternating currents provide the change in the magnetic field in the primary, and that creates a changing flux in the secondary, and that's create an current. So thank you.
Gauravi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
One doubt we have in transformer, you said that
Yes,
the magnetic flux of the primary coil linked with secondary coil. Okay, na?
sir.
So in secondary coil there is induced voltage.
Yes, sir.
Then why we consider this induced voltage as output voltage? Why
Sir,
this
because
induced voltage is because
yes, sir.
why the induced voltage in secondary coil is considered as the output voltage? It is basically induced voltage, na?
So can you please repeat?
One thing is there in transformer when we say magnetic flux of the primary coil is linked with the secondary coil, okay?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it, na? Then in secondary coil, induced voltage develops. The question is
Yes,
that
sir.
why this induced voltage is treated as output voltage?
So because that magnetic flux creates an induced EMF, and that EMF creates an current, output current.
Okay, and then you said one thing you said that the core we take of soft iron. Why don't we take any
Yes.
another material? Any special
So
reason
it
to
is a
take
good
soft iron?
source. So it grabs the magnetic field. Actually, it creates more magnetic field. It is a good source.
And one reason is also there. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bobby. And now our next participant is Piyush Chaurasia.
Yes, ma'am.
Piyush, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Ma'am, can I start?
Yes, you can start now.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Piyush Chaurasia, class 12, roll number 121 to 126, and I'm here with my science project vacuum cleaner. So this is basically based on Bernoulli's principle, which states that if the speed of air increases, the pressure decreases. So first of all, let's see its construction. So there is a vacuum chamber here, which is so in the front there is a filter for filtering the air. Then there is a motor in the back, which is connected to the centrifugal fan, and there are batteries to supply current. So and there is a pipe for the cleaning. There is a pipe for the cleaning purpose. So let's see how it works. So as I pass the current through it, the fan starts rotating, and now this will create a pressure difference. So there is a high pressure area generated in the front, and there is a low pressure area generated in the back. And as we all know that air travels from high pressure area to low pressure area. So the air so this pipe will suck the air along with the dirt particle inside this. So I will show you how it works. Like so it started, and these are the dust particles. So it will suck the dust particles like this. So basically, this is how it works. Now the dirt particles came in this chamber where there is a filter, and now the dust particles will settle down, and the clean air will pass from the back and dissolve in the atmosphere. So basically, this is how a vacuum cleaner works. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Piyush.
Yes, ma'am.
Now our next participant is Tejasvi Srivastava. Tejasvi,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Switch on your camera, beta. Tejasvi.
अब उसको still wrong. कैसे तो दिख नहीं रही छोटा सा हाँ तो वही तो देखना मुझे नहीं पता मैम चलिए स्टार्ट मेरा माइक ऑन है मैम am I visible?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Yes, beta.
good morning everyone. Respected principal sir, vice principal sir, headmistress ma'am, teachers and all my dear friends. I am Deepthi Shrimali from class 12B. My roll number is 1221226. Today we all are gathered here for celebrating science exhibition. So I am with my project Structure of DNA. Structure of DNA. So basically, as we all know, what is DNA? DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. There are two types of nucleic acids present in an organism: RNA and DNA. So I tried to make the DNA structure. DNA is basically of 5 types: aDNA, bDNA, cDNA, ddNA, and zDNA. I tried to make bDNA because it is found in majority of the organisms in the world. So here is my bDNA. As you can see, it is the alpha helix structure. It is proposed by two scientists named Mr. Watson and Mr. Crick in 1953. So this is also known as Watson and Crick model. So let us see what is DNA and what is the structure of DNA. So there are two strands of DNA which are known as complementary strands. Complementary strands. One is template strand and one is coding strand. So here are now let us talk about the nucleotides. So these are known as polynucleotide composed of nucleotides. Nucleotide is composed of 4 nitrogenous bases: adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. So these are the 4 nitrogenous bases. The difference between RNA and DNA is that in place of guanine, there is a presence of uracil. Now let us see the directionality of the DNA. It is from 3' to 5' and 5' to 3'. Now let us talk about the basic structure of DNA, which is the backbone of the DNA. The backbone of the DNA. Now let us see what is this. Now this is the deoxyribose sugar and phosphate group. The deoxyribose sugar, the nitrogenous bases are attached to the first carbon by a glycosidic linkage, and the phosphate group is attached to the fifth carbon by a phosphodiester bond. Now let us see the nucleotide which are attached to each other by phosphodiester bond. Now it is here is an amazing interest fact which I have taken from the net from the Chrome, that DNA and RNA are used as in the vaccine. Traditionally, the weakened form of the virus and bacteria were used, but nowadays DNA and RNA are used in the vaccine form because they have the instructions for the host to produce the antigens. Basically, they are very successful in Pfizer vaccine, which is in America. The 95% of the effectiveness is seen by using the DNA and RNA. So please be vaccinated, be healthy, and be safe. Thank you and have a good day.
आप जैसी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है? हेलो,
Yes, sir.
माइनर ग्रुप और मेजर ग्रुप का फंक्शन बताइए. What the function
So you are not clearly audible to me.
अब मेजर ग्रुप आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir. Now audible.
हाँ, मेजर ग्रुप का फंक्शन बताइए.
Yes, sir. So there are two types of groups, major group and minor group. They are because of the orientation of the helix form. So the one which is the slide part of the DNA is known as minor group, and the other part of the DNA which is acting as a major group is a major group, and their length is 0.34 meter.
इसका फंक्शन बताओ इनका. ठीक है, वो समझ में आया कि डेफिनेशन आपने बता दी, एक थोड़ा ज़्यादा कम है. तो उसका फंक्शन क्या है?
So major group और minor group का concept तो मतलब जब orientation of the helix reached, then only the major and minor groups are formed. So this only I have just known about this only. I have not
अच्छा,
information about
डीएनए पे कौन सा चार्ज होता है? ओरिजिनल चार्ज ऑफ डीएनए. नेगेटिव चार्ज और पॉजिटिव चार्ज.
So please can you repeat the question?
हाँ, ओरिजिनल चार्ज ऑफ डीएनए. नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव.
बेटा मेरे से कैमरा ऑन रखो बेटा.
बेटा मैं पूछ रहा था चार्ज क्या है डीएनए पे? नेगेटिव चार्ज है या फिर पॉजिटिव चार्ज है?
Ma'am, am I visible?
हाँ, कैमरा ऑन
Sir,
रखो.
DNA is negatively charged.
ओके. ठीक है बेटा, उसी चार्ज को आपको बैलेंस करना है. जो हिस्टोन प्रोटीन्स हैं उनके साथ बैलेंस करना है. इसकी जो मेजर और माइनर ग्रुप है उसमें क्या होता है कि जो आपके एमिनो एसिड्स है, पॉजिटिवली चार्ज एमिनो एसिड्स है, वो जाके बाइंड करेंगे और आपका जो चार्ज है डीएनए पे उसको न्यूट्रल कर देंगे. ठीक है.
Okay,
आपका
sir.
जो चार्ज है डीएनए पे नेगेटिव चार्ज है, और आप जो प्रोटीन्स जो है आपके एमिनो एसिड्स है कुछ, वो वहाँ पे मेजर ग्रुप और माइनर ग्रुप में जाके उससे चिपक जाएंगे और उसको न्यूट्रल कर देंगे डीएनए को. उसका जो चार्ज है नेट चार्ज ऑन डीएनए विल बी 0. ठीक है, समझे?
Okay.
अच्छा, प्यूरिन और पायरिमिडिन में क्या डिफरेंस है?
जैसे कैमरा ऑन रखो बेटा. ऑन रखो कंटिन्यूअसली, इसमें बंद मत करो.
The purines are the adenine and the guanine form, and pyrimidines are thymine and cytosine.
अच्छा बेटा, तो प्यूरिन और पायरिमिडिन का ही पेयर क्यों बनाते हैं?
क्या यार, ना क्यों पूछ रहे हो मुझसे? सर नहीं पता मुझे.
Turning phases.
हाँ, टेस्टी.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, आपका मैं पूछ रहा था
जब
टीवी और
मूवीज में लाइट मेंबर डबल रिंग्स होती है उनमें, और वो मतलब
Okay, beta, Teresi. Thank you. Now, our next participant
बोलिए
is
जी, सर मुझसे ज़्यादा ही पूछ रहे हैं, ऐसी भी आवाज़ आई ना।
mute yourself, Teresi. So our next participant is Tanmay. Tanmay.
Yes, ma'am.
So Tanmay is ready.
is it over? The questions are over or not?
Yes, Tanmay.
Yes, ma'am. Can I start?
तन्मय बेटा कैमरे को कंटिन्यूअसली ऑन ही रखना है
Yes, ma'am.
when teachers are asking you question at that time okay don't switch off your camera sorry ready now
Yes, ma'am.
okay you can start
Good morning, teachers. My name is Pranay. I am from class 11C. My roll number is 31. And I have made an inverter as my project. Inverter is a device which is used to convert AC into DC. For making inverter, I have used, ma'am, is it visible? I have used a transistor here, and it is connected by 33 ohm 1 watt resistance, and a transistor is also connected here to transistor act as a amplifying signal amplifier, and transistor is in contact with the heat sink which absorb excessive heat from the transistor for the long term use of the inverter. And the white wires coming out of the inverter are the output wires, and the red and green wires are the input wires which are connected by a battery. And for its charging purpose, I have used 3 solar plates, and here I have connected a diode to prevent the backflow of current from battery to solar plates. I have also added the power bank module, which can act as a extra for an inverter by which you can charge your mobile phones. Ma'am, is it visible? As you can see, the phone started to charging.
yes beta visible
Yes, ma'am. And I have also added an extra 5 LEDs of half watt connected in parallel. Now I will blow a 3 watt bulb by using this inverter. The bulb is glowing very bright. Thank you.
okay beta Tanmay any questions from judges okay thank you Tanmay
Thank you.
Okay, so our next participant is Mohammad Abid. Abid, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohammed Abid. I'm from class 12C, and my
बेटा
project
आपका
name
कैमरा
is.
रोटेट करो. अबिद.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, ठीक है ठीक है अभी.
मैम ऐसे रखना है या
बेटा लैंडस्केप मोड पे ही रखना है आपको.
मैम ऐसे?
हाँ अभी ठीक है. आप तो आओ मैंने तभी स्क्रीन में लगाएगा. मुझे लगा ये रिवर्स हो रहा है.
मैम ऐसे बैठना है?
कैमरा कैमरा. नहीं अभी. ऑटो रोटेट ऑन कर लो बेटा. अबिद.
Yes, ma'am.
ऑटो रोटेट ऑन कर लो बेटा कैमरा.
Ma'am, now.
Yes, now it is fine. Okay, you can start now.
My name is Mohammed Abid. I'm from class 12C, and my project name is Layers of Web. So, as we all know that internet is the priority of current period. Everything from schools to job are now shifted on internet. And why I have created this project? The thing is, we all just use internet. We don't have that much information or the things that how much big is internet and how vast is internet. So I will explain this by my project. From this diagram, you can see there are three layers of internet. First layer is called as surface web. Surface web covers 3 to 4% of the internet. So you can imagine that till now we all are using surface web only. So how much big it can be? So surface web covers Google, YouTube, and social media sites that are readily available for us. And if you ask me, in short, what is surface web? Then surface web is that part of the internet which is readily available and easily accessible by everyone. Every general person can access surface web. It's not hard to use and it is safe enough. So here, if you see, there are some frauds available on surface web. Not many, but some of the frauds take place on surface web, by which we can be careful. Some of these are online payment frauds, account takeovers, friendly frauds, etc., etc. And from the ratio, it has been said that about 14.8 billion pages exist on surface web. So you can get the idea that how much big is internet, because it's only 3 to 4% of the internet. It's not the rest part of the internet. So now the second layer comes, which is deep web. Deep web covers 94 to 95% of the internet, and it is called as the second layer, and from which the problem starts, because we don't have the correct information, and out of curiosity we just visit new things. So deep web, in short, if I have to tell you, deep web is that part of the internet where all the sensitive information regarding politics and our login informations and our confidential information, all things are stored here, like academic databases, medical records, financial records, all things. But these are not the problems. The thing is, many illegal activities also took place on deep web. So from the third, now I will explain you the third layer, which is called as dark web, which is one dark web or darknet. It is the smallest part of the internet, but you can say it is the most illegal part of the internet, because all the criminal activities from terrorism to ISIS and torturing take place here. So if in short, I have to explain you what is darknet or dark web. It is that part of the internet which is not easily available to everyone, or you cannot just type darknet on internet and just
So your time is over.
okay, ma'am. I hope that all of you gain some knowledge from it.
Abid, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So do we have any tool which can allow a user to access this darknet?
Yes, sir. For accessing dark web, we have some special browser which is called as Tor web, or Tor browser, or Onion browser. It's specially used for accessing dark web only, but it is not easy to get a URL of dark web website, because their URL changes every week or